This episode of the Fatherhoods podcast is brought to you by FlyDad, where fatherhood stays fly.
Paul, I'm curious, since you've got older kids and just going through this past 2 years, how's their mental health been, and how like on top of it are you and your lady in terms of paying attention to like their ups and downs and all the shit that's going on these days?
It's a roller coaster ride, bro. They're all mentally healthy to an extent of what they're dealing with on their day to day. So, it's always a conversation, it's 6 conversations, it's 6 individuals, it's 6 different experiences, personalities. So there's always talk, there's always communication. Not one of them is a little bit worse than the other, but they're all positive. Let me be like 100 with y'all. Like my stepson, he didn't go to college, so he sees more of a day-to-day reality where he sees that his siblings or co-siblings for the fact, that they went to college and they got jobs, and he's hustling his acting and he's doing his thing. And he's also an aspiring artist, so he tries to record music, he tries to push some music out. So he's really going on the creative side of life, but he does see the downs more than the others because the others go to work. So there's a positive. They get a paycheck. So there's a positive. They come home, there's dinner, there's a positive. Their routine is made somewhat. And his is still on a roller coaster because he has to audition, he has to read, he has to record. So he's more on a spontaneous, creative vibe. So his mentality is not that it's unhealthy, it's just more active on a different level of somebody his age. Everybody else, they're so weak. We've been blessed, and people still don't realize how hard it is. We've been blessed to keep everybody on a schedule. So if you look at our calendar, like we all do the Google calendar, we all have our things, and I'm still adapting to putting my stuff on the calendar, but I'm old school, right? So I have a calendar hanging on the wall and we write on it. So if you look at every month, damn near 99% of every block in every month, there's something on it written. We at this time, we have to be at this time, we got to do this. And that schedule doesn't allow them to have any gaps or voids. So their brain is always functioning positively to the best that we can do.
They're keeping themselves busy.
But let me ask you this. How, like, are you, as their dad, are you able to still, when they're older, still know, like, all right, they're in a down mode right now? Or do they come to you still and say,
No,
Dad, I'm feeling, or do you pry and go and you get that gut feeling?
No, the gut feeling is there. That father intuition is just like mom's intuition. Like it's there. Like you could see their emotion. You could see their demeanor. And then, you just ask, hey, what's going on? But sometimes as a parent, your what's going on question can be one too many times. And then they're like, leave me alone, Dad, because as a young adult, they're adulting, they're maturing, experiencing. So not everything is for a conversation, but they know that we're all available. So sometimes they have to deal with that alone. And then sometimes, we shut up as parents. Let me not say anything because they have to deal with it. And then whether it's a week, 2 weeks, the conversation comes back around. Now it's a smoother conversation because they have dealt with it for 2 weeks, and then they could talk about it a little bit easier. And that goes all across the board with any type of topic or situation. There's nothing real harmful. There's nothing real violent. There's nothing real like life or death. It's just what they're dealing with on their everyday to day. So, it's cool like that. They don't run to me, but the conversation is still there.